afternoon, good evening, good night, good morning to some of you according to your location on the face of this planet Earth. We welcome you all to our today's live broadcast right here from our homeland radio Biafra, here in Biafra land, anchored by me, the fearless Ipob evangelist Mazi. I am from Ndiabo. Ndiabo is in Anenri. Anenri is a local government in Ojiriba province, Biafra land. I am a homeland broadcaster under Ipob. Nnamdi Kanu is our leader, and he is still incarcerated in DSS solitary confinement, illegally detained. And that is why we are here. We are here to prove it to them that Nnamdi Kanu is illegally detained. Thank you. Thank you. Adiamakwama. Share the program very, very wide. We must continue. Ipob is fighting for Biafra freedom under self-determination. And we have been maintaining it. And we still have the right to self-defense. It is in line with self-determination. So nobody should take our right for granted. We know what we are doing. And today we are going to look into the issue of what do they mean by slow connection. We continue. We are going to argue on the very illegal trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Some of people who believe in Nigeria, and that is most that people must believe, even Lucifer, as they describe him in the Bible, people still believe in him. Even the Lucifer himself deceived, as they wrote it in the Bible, deceived angels in heaven, and angels follow Lucifer. So, as Nigerians are following evil, those that love evil, supporting evil of their government, it does not mean that their government is doing good. But there are people who are born to be evil. They have come in this very program. They are reporting it. I'm telling you. They are reporting it, but we must continue. Overpower them by sharing this program. Only the topic I wrote there, they are reporting it. So, there are people who love evil, and evil continues to come upon them. It will be falling on them on daily basis. Evil. So, that somebody is doing evil, and people follow the person that is doing evil, you will say, why are people following him? People are following Lucifer. Even upon you describe him, people is still looking for him today. Anywhere you come, whatever you are doing, people must follow you. The only thing is that thing right? Not that people will not follow you because you are evil. People are supporting Nigeria upon their evil and injustices against Nnamdi Kanu. They are supporting them. The same way they back up impostor to rule them. Because Nnamdi Kanu presented forensic evidences. They don't want to say it's Nnamdi Kanu. So that is why we are here. Nigerians, those that believe in Nigeria, should come here and argue us in comment sections. Because we are presenting superior argument now. Let us go into the matter of Nnamdi Kanu. And before that, we have our God. We must acknowledge him with the thanks. It doesn't matter your religion. You are free to wait. After our prayer, then you continue. We thank our Creator only. We don't ask him for a blessing. Which blessing? He gave us coal. He gave us crude oil. He gave us everything, mineral resources, everything needed on earth. So our fathers asked him for long life. That's all. And good health. Because we are blessed already. So that is why we are here to thank him. Nare kele naro tuto in our language. Naro jijama na ambulelu, not Biafra language, Igbo language. There are other Biafra languages, Isoko, Ibibio, all of them. Nanambulelu, Nare Jamma, Ibuchi, Inadi Ruebi, Odio de Kagi, Imela, Imelo Nuto, Imela, Wenya Yojuk, Imela, Nya India Yojuk, Imela, Nepa Inde Sabotua, Imela, Nepa Nika Jemerinde Sabo, Imela, Nepa Nnamdi Kanu, Imela, Nya Ipob, Imela, Nya ESN, Imela, Nyekwani obisike na Biafra gabia na rekele la otuto n'ihi na ebuchi na aha gị chi ukwu okike abịa amara pụrụ ime ihe niile. We have prayed. He said, thank you. Why are they writing this thing? Let me screenshot it so that after the program people will explain. I don't know. The more your page grows, the more Facebook will come up with another thing. But we must continue. Excuse me, let me sip some water. FAGBEMI, the Attorney General of Nigeria, FAGBEMI, a Yoruba man. Chief Justice of Nigeria, a Yoruba man also. Attorney General, Minister of Justice, FAGBEMI, a Yoruba man. I am here to explain to you, maybe you try to say you don't know. I will take you back where the case of Nnamdi Kanu started. We want to explain to you that what you are now practicing now is not prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu, but persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. And we all knew this thing. Nigerian government should stop persecuting Nnamdi Kanu. Attorney General of Nigeria, FAGBEMI, a Yoruba man, President, a Yoruba man, Chief Justice, what is it called, Ariwola, a Yoruba man, President Tinubu. Stop the illegal prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu. Stop the illegal trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Yoruba people should call these three people on, call them in order. President of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ariwola. Attorney General of Nigeria, FAGBEMI. Yoruba people. Yoruba people. People should call them in order and bring their attention to this very program. Because we are going to remind those that think we have forgotten. Maybe you forgot. We don't forget because we are not Nigerians. We don't reason like them. We are not NSAT protesters. We are Ipob. We are freedom fighters. We don't have gun, but we have sense. I want to start afresh. I want to start from the beginning, 2015. Nnamdi Kanu was arrested in Murtala Mohammed Airport on the 14th of, not even 14th, it was on the 13th, but when Ipob came and broadcasted, Nigeria now agreed in the night of 12th of October 2015 that gave birth to 13th of October 2015. Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Murtala Mohammed Airport. FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Nigeria, Minister of Justice, listen, Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in Murtala Mohammed Airport in 2015. Right? On the 12th night that gave birth to 13th of October. And we waited for them to announce it. Nigeria refused to announce it. Then reaching on that night of 13, we announced it on Radio Biafra. And on the 14th of October, Nigeria agreed that they are with Nnamdi Kanu. FAGBEMI, a Yoruba man, Attorney General of Nigeria, you replace Malami, right? I am explaining to you. Maybe they may not bring it to you. I am counting it. I didn't study law, but I want to present to you for you to know that even people of our, that is in our level, we still know what is happening. Talk more of those that studied law. I am presenting to you what you are sitting on is a time bomb because Nnamdi Kanu can never be jailed upon illegal detention. When Nigeria have committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu, Nnamdi Kanu did not commit terrorism. You were charging for terrorism, but Nigeria went to Kenya and kidnapped him. It is terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria is guilty. If Nigeria is an individual, Nigeria would be convicted. Nigeria would be convicted. Completely. So now, on the 14th of October 2015, Nigeria announced that they are with Nnamdi Kanu. But when they took him to first headquarters. From first headquarters, they moved him in the night. In the night of that 23rd, in the night, then they landed in Abuja. That 24th, on 14th, right? From first headquarters to DSS. Now, they commenced the trial of Nnamdi Kanu with the treasonable felony charges that the Buhari committed. FAGBEMI, are you not aware that Buhari, when he was alive, that Buhari committed treason against Nigerians, against the legitimate government of Alhaji Shehu Shagari, 1983 December 31st. FAGBEMI, are you not aware? Did the Buhari commit treason or not? Did the Buhari overthrow government or not? Did the Babangida commit treason or not? Did the Obasanjo and Yaradua, Musa Yaradua in 1976 and Dinka, did they commit treason or not? We are asking. Buhari committed treason. He charged Nnamdi Kanu for treason, overthrowing government with Radio Biafra. Somebody in London will overthrow the Buhari government with Radio Biafra in London. But Buhari committed treason against Shagari. And he was elected the democratic president. True or false? Facebook, stop writing this rubbish here. I am broadcasting from your platform doesn't mean that I must be your carpet. You'll be marching on me. You don't do that. I'm using my data. You are gaining from the data. True or false? Are people not viewing the program? Are you not gaining? Allow this program. You want me to pamper my enemy? No, did you see pancake on my face? Did I run pancake? Facebook stars in Lagos. Did you see me with pancake? Did I run lipstick? Am I here for I am in the war front, but in a legal manner. I am presenting arguments. Confront me in comment section. I am leading them. I am still starting. Do you know how many? Do you know where we are heading to? Just starting. From arrest of Nnamdi Kanu. Have I come to trial? You are panicking. Facebook. We are still on. I'm still analyzing where he was arrested. 2015. You are panicking. But I am coming up with all the court victories of Nnamdi Kanu. None was obeyed, and that is when you answer me, FAGBEMI, what you are trying to do in court. That is when you will respond. You must respond. Thank you. Aji Madinala. Bible I had today. Onye Bozokpo police in America. Thank you. Simple. Free Nnamdi Kanu na court. So let us go to the trial. The trial of Nnamdi Kanu commenced in 2015. They went to the trial and reaching on the 17th of December 2015. Share to pages and groups. Also copy and paste. However you do it, do it. In the court of Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on the 17th of December 2015, Honorable Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja, discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. FAGBEMI, Ariwola. I need to search for the picture of Ariwola now. FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Nigeria under Tinubu. Ariwola, Chief Justice of Nigeria under Tinubu. Tinubu, Ahmed Tinubu, President. 3 Yorubas. What do you have in mind? Do you want to jail Nnamdi Kanu upon illegal detention? I will prove his illegal detention now. I am here to prove it. Ademola discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. We celebrated 17th of December 2015. The next one we had that they have rearrested Nnamdi Kanu. And the question there is, which court granted fresh detention warrant to rearrest Nnamdi Kanu immediately he was discharged? Show me the detention warrant that was issued by any court. Now, I will ask you, immediately a case was discharged, the very warrant, detention warrant, was signed, isn't it? And stamped by the judge. The court clerk will write the pronouncement of the judge and they will pass it to the judge in his office. After raising the court, the judge will stamp it and sign it. Now, when the judge signs a warrant that has been discharged, the very warrant becomes invalid to detain anybody. It becomes invalid. If you bring it to prison yard, they will take it to record in the prison yard. Immediately it reaches to record, they will come and call your name. If they call you, then you come and explain many things in that warrant, your next of kin, and when you came here and someone, immediately it is you. You are not going to sleep there. Warder will not allow you to sleep in their cell when your warrant has been signed. Unless that you are on capital charge, the judge pronounced dismiss. In Enugu or some other places, they will not allow you to go with the dismiss on capital charges. They will wait. The warders will not allow you. We have seen it severally. With the language, the pronouncement dismiss on capital charges like murder, conspiracy, economic sabotage, vandalization, kidnapping, right? Raping. Then, what is it called? Defilement and the rape also underage. So many of them, burglary and stealing is a higher offense according to the time you break the house. So let me not just go far there, right? I want to draw the attention closer to somewhere. People must know that when you hear us say, free Nnamdi Kanu from illegal detention, we know what we are saying. We are counting it. Write it down. Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally on the 17th of December 2015. Then he was not allowed to go. Then I ask Nigerians, those that will come here to talk rubbish and those that are supporting evil, which detention warrant did the DSS, because Nnamdi Kanu was in DSS then, did the DSS use to detain Nnamdi Kanu again? Then, if you will be able to lie or to respond with the truth as an answer to that, I will still take you somewhere. That the case was also transferred to the court of Honorable Justice John Soho of the Federal High Court Abuja again. Then we ask you, which particular warrant was transferred to the court of Honorable Justice John Soho? Was it the already discharged warrant? Because what represents somebody is the warrant. Was it the already discharged warrant by Honorable Justice Ademola that was transferred to the court of Honorable Justice John Soho? Now, if so, then that is to say, in the court of Justice John Soho, Nnamdi Kanu was standing illegal trial. Come up with the argument. In the court of John Soho, Nnamdi Kanu was illegally tried because there was no court that issued fresh detention warrant when Justice Ademola freed Nnamdi Kanu to DSS. No court issued fresh detention warrant. So we ask, which detention warrant was moved to the court of Honorable Justice John Soho? That is the presentation. Now let us move again. Honorable Justice John Soho in March 2016 discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally again. Then he was in Kuje. He was in Kuje prison then, right? Awaiting trial, not convict. Now, when he was discharged unconditionally, DSS took message to the prison authority not to free him. On what basis? Remember that Ademola, Honorable Justice Ademola, have discharged that warrant with treasonable felony charges and terrorism. We know Buhari committed treason, but we allowed Nnamdi Kanu to face the charges of treason. Buhari committed it, he charged Nnamdi Kanu for treason. He overthrew Shagari. True of us? True of us. Okay, you want pamper. You want me to pamper you. You are just dreaming. If you are a liar, you need to leave this page. Liars, you will have high BP. If you are a liar, you love evil. Unfollow the page, you have high BP. I'm just trying to. Here, we cure madness. We make people mad. Only one thing. With the truth, you become mad. Hence, you hate lie. You hate truth. You love lies. When we say truth, you become mad. Then, if you want to be cured, if you want to be healed, then love truth. The same truth will make your brain to cool. You become normal. But here, we will destroy lies. Here, we present superior arguments. Right? That is what we do here. In case you are following us new. We are fighting for Biafra under self-determination. Adam. We have the right for self-defense. Adam, in case you don't know. That's why we launched ESN and they gave them boundary. They only operate in the bushes because they are vigilante. They are not Biafra army. Biafra army will stand in the boundaries of Biafra. They will defend our boundaries, but ESN defend our bushes and forests against Fulani herdsmen terrorists that federal government told us that they are foreigners. They came in from border. They came in and the smarter they said we should give them our land. We said no. This thing that the government have been compromised, that these people have come to swallow us. So what we say is that we launch ESN. ESN is defending the whole eastern region. Do you understand? Against Fulani herdsmen terrorists, which was the plan of these very northern and southerners to use herdsmen to destroy our crops and farmland so that this time we'll be begging for food. But ESN blocked them. So I know why I draw attention there. In case you'll be talking rubbish in your mind, then we want you to think truth, to think positively, not negative. Because your mind may take you to ESN. ESN is a vigilante, not Biafra army. If you see Biafra army, will you stand? If we have army, will you have your army here? So we'll be having two army in Biafra land. For what? If we have Biafra army, there will be no Nigerian army. How can we have Biafra army, you'll be Nigerian army? So we move. Thank you. So now, Honorable Justice John Soho discharging Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. They did not allow him to go. Remember that none of the warrants, none of the court order on this particular warrant have been obeyed. Then let us continue. Follow us. FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Nigeria. Follow us up. Don't be in a haste. You know, you are a leader now. You must have a listening ear. We must not broadcast like your Nigerian broadcasters, liars. Something you wrote and gave to them. Don't you see that this is live broadcast? Not your type of live broadcast that you write something and give to somebody, just like judges. You write bail condition and give to judges. You write rulings and give to judges. Here we are. We do it. It is raw. If somebody shouts in this background, you hear it. If I want to discuss with somebody, I discuss. You hear it. It is raw. Nothing is written and given to me. That's how real we are. We continue. So now, the same warrant that Justice John Soho discharged was the warrant that was transferred. This is where we will see, we will get this point now. Just follow us now to see that the two discharged unconditionally of Nnamdi Kanu, that none of them was obeyed. Let us go, because the case was transferred to the court of Honorable Justice Ahmed Mohammed, a Yoruba man. Ahmed Mohammed, when John Soho discharged Nnamdi Kanu, they did not allow him. That's two discharges unconditionally. Unconditionally. Not dismiss, not stroke out, not stroke off, not strike out. not discharge only, not caution and discharge. Discharge unconditionally, not caution. Caution means that you committed it somehow, but they are giving you mercy. You know, that is caution. They are warning you. Right? So let us continue. Follow me. Follow us. Not to me. Follow us. We are many. We are Ipob. We don't feel form. We are many. So follow us now to the court of Ahmed Mohammed. You get the result here. Ahmed Mohammed. That is the junction where FAGBEMI must wait. When we reach there, FAGBEMI, if you listen to this program, wait here. Replay it many. This place I want to mention now. What did Ahmed Mohammed say? Ahmed Mohammed, Justice Ahmed Mohammed of the Federal High Court Abuja, in 2016, warned the DSS. He said he told the DSS that he have warned them from bringing this kind of case in this honorable court. That's what Ahmed Mohammed said. He told Labaran, the then DSS prosecutor, Labaran, who was prosecuting Nnamdi Kanu, Labaran, the stereo man, who came with the what is it called, plate, record, what is it, DVD, to Abuja court, with the generator. He came to play Nnamdi Kanu's voice in Radio Biafra, which we know that the radio, Nigeria have no jurisdiction to try anything that was said on Radio Biafra. You must go to the UK Secretary on State and lay your complaint there. Then Nnamdi Kanu should also, they will complain to him, even they will inform him that the report is against him. Then Nnamdi Kanu will be reporting, he will follow the due proceeding. He has not less than 10 chances to defend himself before he will be extradited. He will be arrested and extradited, not extraordinarily rendition. He will be arrested and extradited into Nigeria. But then he have followed due proceedings in UK. That's why in Nigerian court, what you will hear is that through the very way, you said you incited members of the public in a radio, heard and received under the jurisdiction of this court, Enugu Ibonde Fulani, heard and received under the jurisdiction of this court. Where is the radio? Why can't you mention London? They have never mentioned Radio Biafra London. All you hear is you incited members of the indigenous people of Biafra, prescribed. So heard and received under the jurisdiction of this court. No date when he said it. No what is it called? Location where he committed the offense. How can you charge somebody with an offense or charge that there is no date? Nnamdi Kanu said it. There is no particular place. There is no charge without where the person committed the offense. That is where Nigeria fell. All the charges against Nnamdi Kanu, there is no place. They cannot tell you the address where it happened. Just a radio heard and received under the jurisdiction of this court. That is Abuja court. That's all. This is what a country presents in court. And the son was hired to come and defend it. We are coming up. Follow us to Ahmed Mohammed. Ahmed Mohammed warned DSS from bringing this kind of case. He said, I have warned you before from bringing this kind of case in this honorable court. And I am directing you to go and obey the previous court rulings. Get the point. Rulings, not ruling. Ahmed Mohammed have hit the nail on its head. What did Justice Ahmed Mohammed say? He said, go and obey the previous court rulings. Rulings, it has S. It has S. Rulings. Which ruling is that? The ruling of Justice Ademona, the ruling of Justice Oso. Now, what I want to ask there is, does it mean that in that warrant that was moving from the court of Ademola to John Soho, from John Soho to Ahmed Mohammed, now, does it mean that the two signatures of the two judges that discharged Nnamdi Kanu, is it on the back of that warrant? Because that's where they will sign. What I want to ask is, why did Ahmed Mohammed say obey the previous court rulings? was he seeing two judges' signatories with different dates? Because what he was referring to was the judgment of Ademola and judgment of Jonsoro. So does it mean that Ademola signed on that particular warrant and Jonsoro also signed on the particular warrant? And that is why we call it illegal trial. Because when a warrant is discharged, if you want to hold that person, you will come with a fresh warrant, new warrant. Detention warrant will be issued fresh from a court because the particular warrant has become invalid. Immediately it is discharged. Do you understand? Now, we continue. Our argument is superior. That's why we are Ipob. We can persevere. Perseverance is our next name. You may be doing your thing. We will endure because we love our people. The time is coming when you will know that you no longer have strength. Then we will deal with you. You cannot sustain the heat. Facebook, that is your business, not my business. So let us continue. Did the DSS listen to what Honorable Justice Ahmed Mohammed told them? No. DSS moved the case of Nnamdi Kanu again. FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Nigeria, listen. DSS moved the case of Nnamdi Kanu again. We have mentioned three courts. Three courts. Justice Ademola's court, Federal High Court, Abuja. Justice Jonsoro's court, Federal High Court, Abuja. Justice Ahmed Mohammed's court, Federal High Court, Abuja. Three courts. FAGBEMI, maybe they didn't inform you, or you are claiming that you don't know. Right? How many courts have Nnamdi Kanu cases been? Not that lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu was taking the case out, or that federal government was moving the case to another court because of that the way the judgment is delayed. No. They only rearrested Nnamdi Kanu without a fresh detention warrant. Immediately he is discharged by the court. First one was Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court, Abuja, 17th of December 2015. Another one was Honorable Justice Jonsoro in March 2016. They now moved the case to the court of Ahmed Mohammed in 2016 again. And from Ahmed Mohammed's court, who told them to go and obey the court rulings of Ademola and Jonsoro. Ahmed Mohammed, when he told them they didn't obey, they moved to Honorable Justice Fatima Binta Motalanyako. Fatima Binta Motalanyako. They moved it there. Now, when they reached to the court of Bintanyako, everything they told Bintanyako, he applied it. Bintanyako confessed from his mouth that Nnamdi Kanu is so intelligent. Bintanyako went to them and said, this man cannot be jailed. Bintanyako tried to go on secret trial as Jonsoro tried secret trial. Nnamdi Kanu bans secret trial. Ipob stood against secret trial. Then it fell. They now ended up granting Nnamdi Kanu high conditional bail that is equivalent to jail. Equivalent to jail. FAGBEMI, Attorney General, you even looks like a Malami. Attorney General, hey, Yoruba people, I think you are enjoying it. Tinubu is a president. Chief Justice is Ariwola, a Yoruba man. Attorney General is a Yoruba man, FAGBEMI. They are trying Nnamdi Kanu after being discharged severally. Yoruba people should listen. The argument is very strong. Very, very strong argument. It is not something tribalistic. It is not something religion. It is a very strong argument. If you have fact or to defend, or you can back this thing, you can stand against what we are saying now. Then present it and tell us the ground at the end of this very program. You will see where we are heading to. We are still in Bintanyako's court, where Nigerian government, when Buhari have died then, that was under Abakari as chief of staff. They finalized to jail Nnamdi Kanu with the high bail condition. What was the bail condition? 3 men shorty with 100 million naira each deposit. They will deposit. Not just 3 men. One must be a senator from Nnamdi Kanu state of origin. One must be a Jewish rabbi. One must be an Igbo business billionaire living in Abuja. 100 million naira each, they drop it. Abanibe dropped. Our elder from Imo State dropped. A rabbi from Imo State, he dropped. A businessman, Igbo man, that based in Abuja, he dropped. Now, coming back home, they now try to jail Nnamdi Kanu with bail condition. They said he will not address the press. That is to say, he will not talk to Ipob on Radio Biafra. He will not address the press. That is to say, he will be living on air because he's a prince. Everybody knew, even you that is Oba, or you that is Emir or Sultan, you know that it is very hard to see less than 20 people in your palace, in your compound. You know it. But a prince of Nnamdi Kanu, they granted him bail and said that he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. Where have that happened before? So Nnamdi Kanu will be living on air. Don't you know that in the palace, you must see not less than 15 people every time? You must see. That is the palace of His Royal Highness. Then will Nnamdi Kanu be living in the hotel room? Why must you grant him such high conditional bail? He will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. Then you will not address the press. That is, he will become dumb. Then he will not be among people. That is jail. It is equivalent to jail. Bail condition of Nnamdi Kanu, even as Nigeria did not commit extraordinary rendition then, in 2015, they kidnapped him in Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. Now, imagine the bail they granted to Nnamdi Kanu upon that 2 courts have discharged him. That is to say, their aim was to jail him. But when the jail failed, by the court of Ademola and Johnson, it fell. Bintanya could try to jail him, Nnamdi Kanu stop it. Now they say, okay. They even discussed the bail condition with Bintanya. That's why, when the house of Nnamdi Kanu was attacked by the army, we filed a suit in the court of Bintanyako concerning the invasion of his house. Bintanyako threw it out in 2019. Bintanyako was a match. Bintanyako was busy demanding for the shorties to appear before the court. Who were the shorties? Abaribe and that Senator Abaribe, barrister, and that honorable man, Abaribe, and the Jewish rabbi and the Igbo business billionaire. Who was pushing Bintanyako? Mia Diana. Arewa, they were busy shouting, why is Abaribe moving? Nnamdi Kanu have disappeared. That is to say, the Arewa and the Mia Diala terrorist organization, they were there pushing Bintanyako. Bintanyako refused to listen to our complaint. She was busy demanding for it. That is to tell you that she was among those that discussed the bail condition. If not, why would she? Why do they want to call this program? Why do they want to call this program? My connection is okay. My connection is okay. We continue. So now, after granting Nnamdi Kanu bail, one of the bail conditions was even against Nigeria. He will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. That is to say, automatically, that particular bail condition, Nigeria don't want Nnamdi Kanu to appear in court. Nnamdi Kanu have date of court. He was standing trial then. Then you granted him a bail and said that he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people. Now we ask you, if Nnamdi Kanu appeared in court, had the Nigerian government allowed him to appear in court without sending their army, I ask, how many people will be in that court of Bintanyako? The judges or judge will be there. The court clerks will be there. The judge personal security will be inside the court. Then there will be observers. Then DSS will bring in Nnamdi Kanu in. Isn't it? How many people now? Nnamdi Kanu defense team will be inside the court. Then Nigerian prosecutors, prosecuting counsel, they will be inside the court. How many people will be inside the court? Will you not see more than 10 people? So, had Nigeria brought Nnamdi Kanu inside their court, had they brought him inside their court, where you will get more than 10 people, Nigeria will be guilty of contempt of court. Nigeria will be guilty of contempt of court. Because they granted him bail, and that was where we were waiting for them. That was where I told people, I was going to evangelism there, I told them we were waiting for them. This bail condition is very, very high, but one is holding Nigeria. I was analyzing it to our people. How can you grant him bail that he will not be in the midst of more than 10 people? So the court you will take him to, you will not see more than 10 people in that court. Then if more than 10 people is inside the court, and you bring in Nnamdi Kanu inside that court, is Nigeria not guilty of contempt of court? No wonder they sent Kanu to go and kill him, because the bail condition is very open, based on their desperation to jail Nnamdi Kanu. They even granted him, they added this bail condition that was even hooking them on their neck. No wonder they went to kill him, because he cannot appear in court. As he prepared to go to court. But to them, they don't want him to appear in court. I'm explaining this to FAGBEMI, the Attorney General of Nigeria. Maybe people are not seeing it very clear. Let me present him fully. Look at him. This is FAGBEMI, the current Attorney General of Nigeria. I am explaining to him, he may say he don't know. Right? Look at him very well. You can go and get his picture from Google. Just post it. Inform him of what Ipob is saying. You know, the picture of Malami have sink in. So we need to go back to the picture of this man. He's the one now. So that thing you write on the picture of Malami, write it on this one. Tell him, FAGBEMI, stop the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Stop the further trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Write it on his clothes, on his body. Go and download his picture. Just write Attorney General of Nigeria. They will bring it. It will come out from Google. You will see him. Pick the picture you like. Make it bold. Write something on it. Tell him that Nnamdi Kanu have been discharged. Write it on his, post it on social media. He's the present one now. I think you can understand. So we continue. Let me go back. Let me go back and bring him normal as it was. So we continue. Thank you. We move. So now, Nigerian government sent army to go and kill him. That one fell. They killed 28 men. They including the cousin of Nnamdi Kanu and that is Adak, cousin sister, and the Jack. They killed. Right? On the process to assassinate Nnamdi Kanu and the parents and everything living there. Every living thing there. That's their intention. That's what the army came. 14th of September 2017. They came in. They started coming since the 12th. Trying to enter. 13 they tried. Then on 14 they decided to unleash their terror. Because Nigeria, that's where they proved that they are terrorists. So we continue. Now, after that one failed, they started planning on how to kidnap Nnamdi Kanu when he disappeared. Right? Then we continue. In 2021, they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. They tortured him for 8 days. FAGBEMI, you are aware now. This one I'm saying now, you are aware. I have mentioned those ones I want to remind you. This one you are aware. But what I want to remind you now are the judgments that Nnamdi Kanu have also secured in this present one. So that after counting them, you will tell us the one you will obey. You must obey one. You must obey. Either you obey the judgment of Ademola, discharge unconditionally, or you obey the judgment of John Soho, discharge unconditionally, or you obey the instruction by Justice Ahmed Mohammed that you should go and obey the previous court rulings. Then let us continue. I will jump Bintanyako because Nigerian army committed terrorism against him. Bintanyako against Nnamdi Kanu in Afaruku on Bintanyako's bail, which Bintanyako don't want to hear. So I will jump that one and move forward to 2021 kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you. Mommy from here. Thank you. Thank you. We continue. They must obey one. One, no. You must obey. Cannot be packing judgment. Judgment. We secure this one, you pack it. You secure. You pack it. Are you here to pack judgment? Are we here to be going to court? You're packing judgment. Packing. I am counting it. If we secure it, you pack it. We secure it, they pack it. We secure it, some fools will be talking. Have mouth to talk to us. Foolish Nigerians. We win you in your court. You have mouth to talk to us. You are there. Your government is there packing our judgment. Favorable judgment we secured. So 2021, they kidnapped Nnamdi Kanu, brought him here, charged him for treason. What is it called? Terrorism. But Nigeria committed terrorism against him in Kenya. But they charged him for terrorism. We say, okay, we follow him. Because they said he's going to defend himself in court. We say, okay, if it is court, you cannot win us. We all know that they will apply impunity. But upon that, you cannot win us in court. That one is sure. We assured them. On the process, we continued in 2021. They were doing their usual way of using adjournment, trying to weaken us, sponsoring criminals, doing what they were doing. All they did was to stop IPOB. All they did was to destroy Nnamdi Kanu. All they did was to destroy IPOB also and destroy Biafra land. They keep packing judgment one day. IPOB said no, we no longer continue. You must obey one judgment. One. You must obey one. Then, reaching to 2022, on January 19, a state high court sitting in Omai gave a verdict and said that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, but he escaped military assassination attempt. FAGBEMI, I know you are listening. Then Ariwola, a Yoruba man, FAGBEMI Yoruba man, Ariwola is chief judge, FAGBEMI attorney general, president is Tinubu, Yoruba people. Three of them planning to jail Nnamdi Kanu, which is impossible. Three of them, three Yoruba people, persecuting Nnamdi Kanu when Nnamdi Kanu have faced persecution and destroyed Nigeria in their court. They are now persecuting him. Prosecution is different from persecution. Stop persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. Further trial is persecution. We have followed him through his prosecution time. He warned you. Why must you come back with persecution? Three Yoruba people. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Nigeria. Ariwola, chief justice of Nigeria. FAGBEMI, attorney general of Nigeria. Three Yoruba people continue is trying Nnamdi Kanu illegally. Three Yoruba people, go and print their name. Print this name, write it, post it. Post it, these three names. Write it, three Yoruba people, write it on your wall. Yoruba should be aware that three Yoruba people is conducting illegal trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Three Yoruba president, Yoruba chief judge, Yoruba attorney general. Print it, write it in bold on your wall. Send the signal. They must understand. We are not playing. Three Yoruba people continue illegal. You continue to try Nnamdi Kanu illegally. When Nnamdi Kanu has defeated the Fulani who kidnapped him, those that wanted to kill him, he defeated them. When Buhari was alive, when Buhari died, he defeated the 8 years of Buhari in all. But when they kidnap him now, in 2022, he destroyed them in a peacock. He defeated Fulani government. Yoruba now took over to start trial of Nnamdi Kanu. For what? Three Yoruba people. When Nnamdi Kanu have defeated the North, he defeated the Buhari who they say is the hitman. Buhari is the janta. Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB defeated them. Yoruba people now take the job. Tinubu is my brother. Now Ariwola, Chief Justice of Nigeria, then FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Nigeria. You are now trying Nnamdi Kanu illegally after being discharged and acquitted. Then you can follow this program. If you are just joining, later you listen. You will hear, or and short, I will repeat it. When I have finished this judgment, I will count them serially online. Then they will tell us the one they will obey. They must obey one. They must obey one. Now, Umuahia State High Court gave a verdict that he did not jump bail. Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. Based on the evidences before the court. Based on the evidences before this honorable court. Are you aware? The court proceeded saying that Nigerian government must apologize to Nnamdi Kanu at least in 3 front pages of newspapers. Did they do it? No. Did they stop calling IPOB proscribed? No. Because you attack him to kill him. You proscribe us so that we cannot retaliate. If we retaliate, you tell the world they are terrorists. You proscribe us because you are fear. You were afraid of IPOB. Now we attack their leader, he disappear. So, or if we kill him, either we kill him or he disappear. We proscribe them so that they will not retaliate. If they retaliate, we will tell the world they are terrorists. Was that why you push on Hanese to first use Obiano to call us terrorists? It was not why. Was that not why? So that we cannot revolt as if we are Boko Haram. We don't act so. Do you understand? So we continue. The court proceeded, State High Court, to say that Nigeria should apologize to Nnamdi Kanu. The court said that they will pay him compensation of 2 billion. The court said also that they should meet him for discussion on what he's saying, which is referendum. Did they obey? No. We continued. Reaching to June 2022, UN Department of Arbitrary Arrest gave a direct order that Nnamdi Kanu should be released immediately, and also gave Nigeria 6 months to free IPOB family members in detention. Then discuss with Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB on what? Referendum. Do they do anything? No. Then we continue. In the court of Bintanyako, Federal High Court, out of the 15 amended count charges against Nnamdi Kanu, Bintanyako discharged, what is it called? The lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, defense team of Nnamdi Kanu, they defeated the prosecuting council of federal government, and 7 count charges was thrashed out in the court of Bintanyako. Do you understand? Now, the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu, led by Osokome, Mike, Sam, they moved to the appeal court. They went to the appeal court, reaching on the 13th of October 2022. An appeal court, Abuja, gave a judgment and said that, and also, condemned the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria. 1, that is, Nigeria was found guilty of extraordinary rendition. 2, discharged Nnamdi Kanu and acquitted him. 2, he discharged the remaining 8 count charges that was leveled against Nnamdi Kanu. 3, the court discharged Nnamdi Kanu and acquitted him. 4, the court told Nigeria, the court prohibited Nnamdi Kanu from standing any trial. 4. Then 5, the court told Nigeria to pay him compensation. 5 pronouncement of the judge of the appeal court, none was obeyed. Nnamdi Kanu was rearrested, and Nigeria now went and they filed stay of execution in the same appeal court. Now, why was it that they didn't obey the discharge and acquitted first? Now, if you have any other thing, you can go and file stay of execution. You didn't obey the discharge and acquitted. Now, upon the illegal detention, you file stay of execution. Now, you bribe the judges, you remove the judges that gave verdict on the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Now, you now appointed new judges, and the judges gave the verdict, and you accepted the judgment, but you did not accept the appeal court judgment. So, what you always accept is the conviction, that is, the convict of Nnamdi Kanu. What you want court to pronounce that Nnamdi Kanu is convicted. When you go to court, is it not two things? Either you win or you lose the case. So Nigerian case, you determine you will not lose. Even when you are being won, when Nnamdi Kanu is winning you, you continue, you will not lose. What does that mean? Was the judgment passed in Biafra court? Was the judgment given by Ipob court? Was it Igbo that appointed the judges? Was it Ipob that appointed the judges? Was it Biafran that appointed the judges? Who prepared the judges? Who choose a court to try the case? Who is in charge? Nigerian government. Then why do you now disobey court orders? I am still in appeal. Now we move to Supreme. We went to Supreme against the stay of execution, against the legal detention of Nnamdi Kanu. In such case of Nnamdi Kanu, stay of execution have no place to be filed in that matter. It is illegal to file stay of execution. Completely illegal. Now we move to Supreme. Supreme held on the 2 points of our argument. Supreme did not agree in the decision appealed. Supreme did not agree in what is it called? Stroke out or stroke off of the 8 count charges, remaining 8 count charges by the appeal, right? Okay. Now, the Supreme say he will continue trial, right? Now we go back to the judgment. What is the 2 points of argument? That Nnamdi Kanu was illegally arrested. That is, he was kidnapped in Kenya, extraordinary rendition. Isn't it? Now, who committed it? Nigerian government. Did the appeal court give the judgment? The Supreme Court gave the judgment? Yes. The Supreme Court condemned the way Nnamdi Kanu was brought back to Nigeria. Appeal court also condemned it, right? Federal High Court sitting in Omaya, 26th of October, also condemned it. I'm coming to that one. Okay, I need to mention it before we go to Supreme. Federal High Court sitting in Omaya, discharged Nnamdi Kanu and ordered that he should be returned back to Kenya, where he was kidnapped from. That is to say, if the Nigeria want to arrest him, they should follow the due proceedings. Now let us go back to the Supreme. These 2 pronouncements of the Supreme completely destroyed the further trial of Nnamdi Kanu. 1, he was illegally arrested. That is extraordinary rendition. That means Nigeria committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. Based on that, Nigeria have no ground to try Nnamdi Kanu. Nigeria have no basis upon the offense they committed against Nnamdi Kanu. How can they commit terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu and they now provide court to try Nnamdi Kanu for terrorism? Are you not getting it? So, first of all, Nigeria should obey the appeal court judgment. Now, if they have another case, they can file it against Nnamdi Kanu. That's where Ipob is holding. That's where we are holding also and saying no to further trial of Nnamdi Kanu. 1, the attack in his house in Afaruku was condemned by the appeal court, Supreme Court also. That is the 2 points of our argument. That the way they put Nnamdi Kanu away from Afaruku was not accepted and is not accepted. And it was terrorism. And they committed murder in their compound and sacrilege in a palace in Igbo land, shedding blood of innocent Igbo youths in a palace. They committed sacrilege. That's why I'm against the traditional rulers from any side in Igbo land. Doesn't matter who you are. Until you show me a suit you file against Nigerian army when the Umuahia State High Court gave a verdict on the 19th of January 2022 saying that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail, but he escaped military assassination attempt. Let us just say that when it happened in 2017, that you don't have grant, right? Though we do not ask you to go and demand for Nnamdi Kanu's freedom, no. We ask you to defend a palace That's traditional rulers. What do the army go to do in the palace? Why do they shed blood in the palace in Igbo land? Then you have a prince, and then Nnamdi Kanu a prince. They went to kill a prince, so you accepted it as a traditional ruler. Now, when a state high court gave a verdict in Umuahia, was a great ground provided to the traditional rulers in Igbo land to say, oh, okay, we are picking up this Umuahia judgment. So the army was building his house. Let us use this legal ground and sue Nigerian army. That was what we expected from the Nigerian Igbo leaders. That's what we expected from the traditional rulers. What do they do there? They will sue the Nigerian army for committing sacrilege against a palace. We do not ask them to defend Biafra or Ipob or Nnamdi Kanu. Just defend the palace. Defend prince. Right? Defend princesses. Defend your palace. That's what we expected. But they hide. Every time we light torch for these people, they will go and off it. The same thing we were doing for them in 2017. We called for the second Niger bridge. We called for steady light. We called for everything. Now, when Nnamdi Kanu was in detention, we were protesting. When we protest, Fulani will call a governor, call on Hannes and tell these people to stop agitating for Biafra now. They should stop it. It was a chance for these people to demand for international airport. It was a chance for these people to do Yahoo. But they rejected it. IPOB was flashing the torch with protest. We were expecting them to demand for international airport in Enugu, demand in Owerri or Calabar. They didn't do it. They were there fighting to stop us. They will now respond to Fulani. Okay, we are going to talk to them. They are our children. We are the elders. When we were creating chances for these people to demand for the opening of our seaports. That's when they were killing us in protest. It was a chance we were creating for these people because they were pressuring them to the extent that Kachiona line even visited here. That was opportunity to demand for everything demandable. That was a time when they will hook on the Fulani. If they demand this one, if they do it, they will continue. The Fulani will call them. No, they are still agitating. They will say, okay, oh yeah, open seaport in Calabar. Open it. We'll talk to them. If they open Calabar seaport, we say, okay, it's like you go to Warri, open international airport in Warri. This is what we expected from them. They didn't do it. They didn't claim it. They were there fighting to organize Python dance. When we were creating chances with our life for them. Those things they say Fulani don't give to them. We now give our life in protest for them to get it very cheap. These people here are not getting what and the governor, this and there. These people. They slept off. Ana agbara ha touch ha na-apịnye ya ndị ọjọọ ọrụ anyị wee gba touch a na-achọ ka etinyụọ ya mgbe ọbụla IPOB a na-etiri ndị ọkụ anyị tiri ndị ọkụ ha na-akụnye a na-akụnye iche na ị na-eme anyị upon we agitating anyị ka na-enye ha chances to claim things in the government. We still agitate. We still create chances for them. We still agitate. We still encourage them to take their position. We still agitate. We still create chances for them to take their position. These people keep blocking. We continue. Now, the 2 points of our argument was that Nigeria was wrong in the attack in Nnamdi Kanu's house, which chased him away. Again, was in his kidnapping in Kenya. So, upon these things, what is the basis of Nigeria trying Nnamdi Kanu? FAGBEMI, that is where our argument lies. Then I want to count it for you, serially, so that you will not run away from it. On the 17th of December 2015, Honorable Justice Ademola of the Federal High Court Abuja discharged Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. DSS did not obey. He was then in DSS. They now transferred him to Kuje in 2016. They moved the case to the court of Honorable Justice John So. John So discharged Nnamdi Kanu in March 2016. They did not obey. They moved the case again to the court of Ahmed Mohamed. Ahmed Mohamed told them to go and obey the previous court ruling. That's the ruling of Ademola and John So. They didn't obey. They moved the case to the court of, I want FAGBEMI, Attorney General, to count it. Then he will tell us the one he will obey. You must obey one. Then we continue. Tinubu, you must obey one. Ariwola, Chief Justice, you must obey one. I'm counting it. Then, Bintayako granted Nnamdi Kanu bail. They did not allow him to enjoy the bail. You must obey one. Will you obey the bail? No. Will you obey the stand acquitted? No. You must obey. Not only you knows how to say no. IPOB have said no. But you always say no illegally. But we say no legally. Our no is based on the law. But your no is always illegal. But the no of IPOB in the further trial of Nnamdi Kanu is legal. That's what we are proving. Here, oh, no come akoko. Thank you. We continue. Thank you. Your duty is to share. Don't be stingy. If you are stingy, like a tortoise, God will give you. What is the name of that obogo? Obogo. Is it pork? God will give you the hand of obogo. That one, it doesn't hold water. It will be at least holding water. You don't do it like this. You cannot hold something. They give you something, it will fall. The hand of obogo. If you are stingy, don't be stingy in sharing. Stingy wakannabe. Inwakannabe chineke nyega ka obogo. Onrota. Right? Ihe ngozi dakwasa ni oda. We continue. They must obey one. Imagine they are heaping judgment. This one, they will give this one, they will heap it. They will continue trial. They will heap it. FAGBEMI, I'm counting it. You know where we stop? What is it called? We have been to Mohammed, yes. We are now heading to Bintanyako. Bintanyako granted Nnamdi Kanu bail. They didn't allow him to enjoy it. Count it in 2017. Now in 2022, Umar gave a verdict that Nnamdi Kanu did not jump bail. He escaped military assassination attempt. Because of only this one, you don't have right to try Kanu. Because you kidnapped him in Kenya with the wrong information that he jumped bail. That was the basis of why you kidnapped him. So when your court have finalized that he didn't jump bail, are you now not guilty? Even if you arrested him in Nigeria, with this very verdict and the Supreme Court verdict, let us just say that Nigeria did not kidnap Kanu in Kenya. They kidnapped him, they arrested him in Kanu, right? Immediately a court gave a verdict that he did not jump bail. Automatically Nigeria had been found guilty. Because that was the basis of their blackmailing of Nnamdi Kanu and IPOB. So immediately a court said he did not jump bail. That is when Nigeria should have gone back in shame and say, "Hey, we lied to the world. Hey, we lied to our citizens that he jumped bail." They could not be able to accommodate it. Get our argument. These two things prohibit Nnamdi Kanu from standing trial. Extraordinary rendition. The attack in his house. The attack in his house by the army gave birth to extraordinary rendition. That was the basis of where they were telling the world he jumped bail. And that was the lies they used to tell people that supported them in the kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. So after the kidnapping him, your two courts have, your three courts, Umar have verdict, State High Court, Appeal Court, and Supreme Court have found Nigeria guilty of extraordinary rendition. Now, the Supreme Court condemned the attack in his house. The State High Court verdict condemned the attack in his house. Now, what is the basis of his arrest? This one is facing trial. There is no basis. You need to tell him go. One, the 2 points you fell. And the mother of all things was the attack in his house, which was the basis of your blackmail, that he jumped bail. Now, when your court have found him innocent of this allegation, what is the basis of his continuous detention? And what is your ground in trying him? Do you want to try him? You are guilty of extraordinary rendition. So you committed terrorism against Nnamdi Kanu. You have no basis again on this one too. So what ground do you have to try Kanu? FAGBEMI, tell us. Let me still finish the counting for you. You must pick one. When you are answering this one, you will still answer this one I'm heading to. I have not finished it. I was still in Bintanyako. I went to Omar verdict, 19th of January 2022, right? Then, what about UN order? No way. Now, then what about appeal court order? You didn't obey. What about Supreme Court judgment? Supreme Court complicated issue. And we hold on their judgment. They told him to go and stand trial, right? But they condemned the way he was brought back to Nigeria. Automatically, that very pronouncement prohibited Nnamdi Kanu from standing trial. You cannot arrest him illegally and you try him on capital charges. It doesn't work. You cannot offend him. Even war have guidelines. There are things you do. You'll be guilty of war. You become a war criminal. War is not fight anyhow. War have guidelines. Arrest have guidelines. Everything have guidelines. There are laws guiding everything. Just like Ipob, we choose self-determination and we are following it. If we choose armed struggle, we cannot be going to court. If we choose armed struggle, we'll be attacking prison custodies to free our own. We don't go to court. We will not want a governor if we pick up arm. You will not hear our press release addressing a governor. We will go after the governor that is against us. You will not hear our press release addressing any issue or telling Nigerian army or police to do this. If you are into armed struggle, you will hear the sound of our gun. That will be our voice. But you will hear our press release because we are under self-determination. If we are in armed struggle, who will have time to address you? You will hear the noise. You will hear the sound. You know that if you declare armed struggle, the voice the people will hear is the sound of your gun. That's why I had some idiot. Hey, we are into armed struggle, but they are still talking rubbish. Thank you. Thank you. Armed struggle, no check court. Hey, they are still waiting for date of court. In my head, armed struggle. Armed struggle, I got court. Don't you watch war film? If the army kidnap your army commander, you will plan to go and rescue him in the barrack. Many of you will die to rescue him. That is how to fight armed struggle. Armed struggle, I want on social media. Here you see us is our position. We are fighting under self-determination. But anybody that say declare arms, that's why you don't see ESN. We are the people that will post ESN. You don't see ESN acting. You can only see criminals that act like they claim to be ESN. Do you understand? If you have gun, the sound of your gun is your voice. Just like driver. The voice of the driver is the horn. That's why the horn is put there. They did not make driver to be shouting on the road. The voice of a driver is the horn. The voice of somebody into armed struggle is the sound of your gun. So arrests have guidelines. Arrests have rules. Nigeria failed the rules of arrest, and they still want to try the person who they have offended. And you want us to continue. For what? Because you are who? To continue trial. Because you are God. You are God now. You created the world. How many victories have I counted? Why can't Nigerians state their government obey one now? Obey one. At least obey one court judgment. All of the judgment free Nnamdi Kanu. Obey one. Obey one and free him. You are still going to court to hear what? If the court pronounce discharge and acquitted, will you obey? So what is the essence of going to court? So what you want to hear is that they have been sentenced to death. Hey, you have been sentenced to life imprisonment. Hey, let him go to CC, condemned criminal cell. CC cell. Hey, you have been convicted 21 years. Is that what you want to hear? As we are rounding up, I still want to give you these 3 points. A Yoruba man is Nigerian president. Let me start from the beginning. Northerners, Fulanis, kidnap Nnamdi Kanu. They said they will jail him. They said they will deal with him. Fulanis and all Northerners. They were busy supporting the killings of IPOB members that was protesting for free Nnamdi Kanu. Upon that, Nnamdi Kanu defeated them in court. They went to go and kill him. Now, when it fell, they started telling the world he jumped bail. They went to Kenya and kidnapped him. When they kidnapped him, they continued trials. He won them in their court. This current one from 2021, not the winning he won them 2015, 2016, 2017, that they didn't obey. This current one, he won them severally again. None was obeyed. So now, Yoruba people have now taken over. After Nnamdi Kanu have defeated, MIN present through an argument. He present Yoruba people have taken over the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. After the Northerners Fulani have prosecuted him to jail him, it fell. Yoruba took over the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. Tinubu is a Yoruba man, president of Nigeria. Go and write it on your wall, oh. These things. Then, Chief Justice of Nigeria, Ariwola, is a Yoruba man. Get their pictures, join it together. Put it together. These are the three Yoruba people that have sworn to try Nnamdi Kanu, to start trial of Nnamdi Kanu after being discharged. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, president of Nigeria. Ariwola, Attorney General of Nigeria. FAGBEMI, a Yoruba man. Attorney General of Nigeria. Three Yoruba people. To go and jail Nnamdi Kanu. Now another point where here I will drop to you is, get the picture of FAGBEMI, Attorney General. Write it on his body, on his picture. Stop the trial of Nnamdi Kanu. Then you write his position, AGF. His AGF of Nigeria, Attorney General of the Fulani, not generation, or not federation. There is nothing like federation in Nigeria. Anything you are serving Fulani. It is Attorney General of Fulani. The F does not represent federation. The F represents Fulani. Fulani. So this FAGBEMI is Attorney General of Fulani. Attorney General of Fulani. Right? So you write it on his clothes as we write on Malami. Present this FAGBEMI to the world. Tell the world that these are then that one is different, no? Then joining the three pictures of the three Yorubas that is now championing the persecution of Nnamdi Kanu. Join their three pictures together. Bola Ahmed Tinubu, Ariwola, Attorney General. Then FAGBEMI, Ariwola, Chief Justice of Nigeria. Then FAGBEMI, Attorney General of Fulani, Nigeria. Right? Join their pictures together. Inform the world that these are the people that is illegally trying Nnamdi Kanu. These are the people that are persecuting Nnamdi Kanu. In case. Thank you. These are the things I want to give to our people. Our next program tomorrow will be another different channel. Still on Free Nnamdi Kanu. But I will be talking to our people in the struggle because our leader used so many of us as a guideline. We are still always on the line, guiding our people from falling out. That's our duty. But some people might force themselves out. If you try to force yourself, we'll stop you. If you try very well, we see you have determined to fall out. We open hands, you fall out. We close it back. That's when you'll be regretting. Sometimes start throwing stone. Then we'll now remind you that we can have thrown stone for how many years? He didn't touch anybody. Just only be throw stone. Maybe don't be any throw stone. So that's where you end. You throw stone. After throwing stone, you go and relax. Thank you. As we are rounding up, the program needs to be shared. Very, very important. Very, very important. Those that join now, please, as we are going off, you go and listen to it and get the point of our argument. Just that Nigeria is doing their last. Thank you, Doctor. We are holding them down. They want to run away from extraordinary rendition. International law, they are court have found them guilty of extraordinary rendition in Achepo. In Achepo na track, judicial dia stop the trial of Nnamdi Kanu simple. Judicial hold them down and they are the woo. Or they can, I like it is that the case. They will struggle to cover it. They want to cover it with jail. So that you end up asking them for amnesty. Hey, I beg, in a free Nnamdi Kanu, you will no longer forward for that. If they will not find him guilty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Our people. Facebook, what did you get? How about us? They are hiding it from people, from viewing. Thank you. From me, fearless Ipob evangelist Mazi, and from here, our homeland radio studio. It is good evening.